All right, so you're here because you're interested in learning how to create your own profile and upload your first listing on CLINK. Everything we did with CLINK was built around three main pillars, two of which I'll discuss right now. One being safety and security, and the other being ease and efficiency. So, with that in mind, we built and we operate very much under those pillars, and everything we do with those in mind. So ease and efficiency. As a contractor, we understood that there's not typically enough time in a day to get everything done that we want to get accomplished, and time is of the essence. And so a lot of these features that we're going to go over today were built to streamline your user experience with CLINK. The whole reason we created this platform was to give extra opportunities, and this gets into our third pillar, which is connection. So we wanted to be able to create an opportunity for contractors to be able to turn idle items into cash instead of just letting them sit there and collect dust. And so this was really the first step for us in doing that. And now, as we've grown and gone nationwide, we're looking to include additional features to help do that for contractors. I can't stress it enough that myself as CEO, co-founder, I am in construction. I've been in construction for over 20 years. It's an industry that I'm passionate about. It's an industry that I'm still engaged with today. I still have a GC company that does residential remodels and additions. And so we pride ourselves on understanding our users because we are our users. So with that being said, we're going to get started. The first thing that you need to do to begin hosting on CLINK is to download the app. So you'll see if you search in either Android or Google, you go in and you type CLINK Construction Rentals, we'll pop up right here. This is our icon. You can see it on our hats. And then I've obviously already downloaded it, so it's just giving me the open option. You'll have to click download. And then from there, it's going to take you to a screen. I'm lagging right now. So it's going to take you to a screen to sign up. You just click that button, and it's going to take you to this page. Now, again, with ease and efficiency in mind, we have these features so you can use your either Apple, Google, or Facebook profiles. Just click that, and it'll automatically just fill in all your information. Or you can do it manually here, and then just click sign up. And then it's going to ask for phone verification. We do this for a couple of reasons. One, it's to verify profiles so that we don't get fake accounts. And then it also allows us to send you notifications directly into your phone through text messages and other things so that you don't miss an opportunity as it presents itself. We do give the option to create a business account and give us your name, license number, specialty. This is really predicated on future offerings that we're going to implement into the platform as time goes on. It's not necessary to use the app today, so you can just skip it. Most do. Our address. So the reason this is important is because this is where it's going to link your account. So if you live in, like I do, Northeast Florida, I'm going to see all the inventory that's available in my area when I do this. So you can either click this button, it'll automatically populate where you currently are, which will then just, again, ease and efficiency, automate your location, or you can begin to type in your location and select, there's going to be a drop down. You'll select your address or the address where your item, lives, if it's in storage or on a job. You select that address, and that will be where I guess that's where your profile is based out of. So if let's say you're in Northeast Florida, but you also do jobs in Orlando. To see inventory in Orlando, you would you'd have to go back to your profile, change your location so that you then see that inventory instead of seeing your Northeast Florida. So you can change that based upon where you're currently doing jobs. Once you do that, it's going to take you to, you've got your profile created. Now it's going to just send you through a tutorial that gives you some basic nuts and bolts of how the app works. You can skip this, or you can, if you're new, like you probably are if we're talking, you'll want to just go through this and it'll give you some 1, 2, 3s on how to best utilize the app. So now that your profile is created, the next thing you need to do before you add an item is you need to put in your payout method. Now, the reason this is important, why it's the next step, is because if you have an item on the platform and it got rented, we would need to be able to pay you. But if your payout method isn't set up, then we don't know where to send the money to. So your listing actually wouldn't go live if you went in and you created a listing without doing payout method. It wouldn't go live until you put this in. Others wouldn't be able to see it. Others wouldn't be able to rent it until this step happens. So that's why we put it next. You'll just you'll go to your profile. So it's that little head down here. Hit payout method, and then hit add. So we do everything through Stripe. It's a white label service. You're probably familiar with it. Lots of platforms use it. The reason we use it is because our first pillar, safety and security. We want to make sure that accounts aren't hacked and money's not stolen from our users. So you may have a Stripe account already set up. And if that's the case, when you get into add, you can just add your email that you already have set up through Stripe. If not, just add a new email. It'll walk you through that process. Stripe requires that you also add a phone number for verification purposes. And then from there, you'll hit continue. It is going to send you a verification code. I don't have it here in this tutorial, but pretty simple. Just add the code that they send you. From there, email, password, log in. There's the code. I do have it in here. And then it's going to get into some just details about you, legal name, and then website. It's got, if you had, Stripe deals with a lot of e-commerce individuals, people that are selling things off a website. So that's where they would put this in. Since that's not the case for our users, you would just click add a product. And then when you hit add a product, there's going to be a description box that pops out. So this is going to disappear. It's going to come into a bigger description box. We recommend just put CLINK rentals, or you can put whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. They don't care, I don't think. But once you type that in, fill that box in, it'll allow you to hit continue. And then from there, you'll get into your personal details and your account. So it's going to take you to either adding a bank account with routing number and account number, or it's going to take you to bank card. So if you have a debit card, you can add it right through there. Once you get all that filled out, you'll hit this agree and submit button, and then you're done. You're ready to get paid through CLINK. Your payment method is set up. Now we're ready to move on to adding your inventory. So now we were just in the profile section. We're going to go to the wrench. So this is going to be your either your equipment or the equipment that you're renting from others. But in this case, we're adding an item. So we're just going to click add. And then again, this whole process, when we built it, we did it with the intention of being able to do it where it only took less than a minute to add an item. Again, because we understand time is of the essence, and we didn't want this to be a big laborious project just to get your stuff up and ready. So when you start typing the name of your item, so let's say you have a John Deere 333 skid steer, you begin to type that in to this top. This is going to automatically populate images. You can select from the images that automatically populate. In this case, we selected this one, or you can upload. You always have the option to upload a photo of your image specifically. What we found is that it doesn't really matter so long as it's a good representation of what you have. So that's why you want to be specific up here in the equipment name. You want to add make, model, and type of equipment: skid steer, mini excavator, a mini skid, whatever your item is. Be concise but specific. The reason a lot of this is important is because, one, it's going to populate an image based upon what you put in. Two, if I put in skid steer, it's automatically going to put you into the category and item listing that we believe that you're talking about. So because it's a 333 skid steer, we already know that it's going to be an earth moving equipment and it's going to be around this weight capacity. What this also does is it helps not only streamline this process, but it also then helps us with adding suggested pricing, which we'll get into in a second. So you can change these if you want it. You're like, it's not really earth moving equipment, it's more of an aerial lift. Then you can change the category here if you want. If it misappropriates it for some reason, it shouldn't. It should be pretty accurate. Location, again, this is going to be where it lives. It doesn't automatically pull from your profile because we understand that, something might be in storage, whereas your office, it might be away from your office. So same process as before. You just click this little navigation button on the right. It'll take you back to maps. You can either hit location or you can begin typing in the name or the address, select from that address, confirm. And then here in description, we just recommend that you add a compelling story about your item. So add details about lift capacity, weight, width, whatever would make sense for somebody, questions that a renter is going to ask about your item. And then add details about yourself. They want to feel comfortable with your listing. If you just put 3,000 pound skid steer, that's not giving them a whole lot to go off of, and that doesn't give them a whole lot of a reason to rent your item instead of someone else's. So add a compelling description with features, functions, and benefits of your service there in the description. And now we get into pricing. So as I mentioned before, when it automatically puts you in a category and an item listing, we've got it set up so that it's going to suggest a range for day, week, and month pricing. So you can see that underneath where we've already added our pricing. We tell renters this is just a gauge for you to understand where you should live with your rate. Obviously, it's up to you if you want to be above that or below that. It's not for us to say. This is your equipment, and we've just provided the opportunity for you to safely and securely rent your item out to others in your area. The price is up to you. So if you pick $350 a day, the price that your renters are going to pay is going to be $402.50. That's adding the 15% rental protection plan policy that we've got in place. We take that 15%, we put that aside in the event that a claim is filed, and then if something does happen, that allows us to pay for the repair to your item. So that's what the renter is going to pay. We put that there just so that you're aware, so that you understand that if your renter says, I paid $402 and you're confused because you're like, well, it should have been $350. That's how you can navigate that conversation. Now, when you put $350, we are going to retain our platform fee for, providing the service, which is another 18%. So we take 18% of whatever number you put here, and that's what we earn for providing the service. So your take home, and this is the number that you want to be concerned with. This is the number that you want to feel comfortable with. And, if you want to, for a day rental on your item, make a certain amount, this is where you make sure you're making that amount. Adjust this price so that this is what you feel comfortable and you feel positive about. And then from there, delivery fees, depending on the item, we see these from $20 to $150. It's just up to you. What's it going to be worth it? Because if you have a skid steer or a piece of equipment, it takes you time to get the trailer, get the thing loaded up, get it bound, and your time is valuable. So that's where your flat fee comes in. We added this to where you can charge per mile. So if it's, if it's right down the street, you're still going to make your flat fee of $95, even though it's only 2 miles down the road. You're not going to only get $6 because it's 2 miles down the road. But if it's 70 miles down the road, then you're going to get $140. I'm sorry, $210. Math is hard. $210 for that one way because it's further down the road and it's got to be worth it for you. So there's that. One will kick in, the delivery per mile will kick in if that is not met. All right, and lastly, the feature that will pop up once you've created the listing for your initial item, any item thereafter, you'll have the ability to link similar items. So the purpose of this is if you've got a skid steer and you've got a grapple attachment, fork attachment, or other items that go to that, trailers, you would link up to 3 similar items that are frequently rented together that would pop up. So if a renter selects your item, and they put it in their cart, it'll automatically pop up and say, would you like to rent these from the same owner? So it just increases your ability to earn more money. It gives a better renter experience because then they're not having to go to multiple different owners to get everything that they need to complete their project. And so you may have to go back after you've created a listing and then you've created multiple listings. You'll have to go back and make sure that they're linked, but you'll just do that by going to the bottom of that listing, and then all of your entire inventory will populate down here. Click the top 3 that are frequently rented together, increasing your ticket value. After that, you are done. Your listing's live. You've got your profile created. You've got your payout information updated, and you've got your items listed. So from there, it's just spreading the word, making sure that others know that you have your inventory on CLINK, and then you direct them so that you can get the secure payments, the item protection, and the renter base that CLINK offers. So thank you for following. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to our team in this course, and we'll be happy to answer those.